Hey y'all, how's it going? It's your R&B queen slash hospitality queen, Tierney, K Positive Pinky. So, how's it going? All right, so I'm here, after I guess a few days hiatus because it's kind of hard to do covers on the weekends when, like, now I'm gonna be doing 12 to 8, like, on Friday and Saturday normally, but I do have Saturday off because I'm going to my brother's bridal shower. For his fiance, soon to be wife. So that's what's up. I'm so excited. I went, it was great. I went to an Easter party yesterday and it was just great to see everyone. It was just great to, talk to them and, engage, you know, and today was a great day at work. I feel like it was good. Like, but I don't know, people's energy still be off. Sorry, my voice is kind of cracking, like, damn allergies. But I have been doing some cleaning. Like, I've been working on this room. I got a lot of dusting done last week, and I did some sweeping earlier, and last week I did some too. I'm just trying to chip away at that. So, spring is the perfect time to do spring cleaning. I mean, we should be doing that anyway because, like, yeah, like, who wants to be in a messy house? But nah, it'd be the mad struggle for real. Especially those of us that, well, technically, I don't work. Well, it depends. Like, I don't quite always work 40 hours, but now I've been averaging about 30, so now I know how full-time people feel. It's like, where's the time? Like, time! But nah, okay, can we normalize how freaky it is when people's active status is like offline? Because I swear, like, so many people's, but then again, like, it's not like that means anything abnormal. But I'm telling you, it'd be mad real because, like, that's how Flip was, like, right before he fucking died. Like, he would be offline so much more. And it's like maybe there's just a way to, like, turn your active status off. And then so I don't know, it kind of makes sense because then you can post without being bothered. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But no, it makes sense. I mean, because yeah, like there's sometimes where, I kind of get why people don't always want to respond when they're active. Because sometimes there's like times where people are always like texting me. Um, damn allergies have been hitting me. The chronic sinusitis shit. Like, this is not good. I swear I was fine earlier. I probably shouldn't have gone outside with the pollen, but it's like I can't win. If I'm inside, I got the dust and the pet dander. If I go outside, I got the pollen and the ragweed. So it's like, it's like pick your battle. It's like, I mean, I could die tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like, I'm gonna break out in hives or anything serious. It's like whatever, I'll just get stuffed up and shit like that and be inflamed and whatever. Which is more of an annoyance. It's not really a big deal. Although, I don't know. I mean, I tell you, last week I had some of the worst sinus headaches I've had in my whole life. Well, okay, I mean, honestly, it's nothing abnormal. Like, it's pretty much an everyday thing. But, I mean, I'm used to it. Like, but I tell you, sometimes I do still complain about it. I mean, who wouldn't, I mean, but anyway, so getting back to the thing I was saying, and I'm sorry about my smoky voice. I did have some spicy food, and that kind of helped with my sinuses a little bit. But it's tripping, it's just like, I accept it even if I don't want to. Like, just like, there's sometimes where I'm like, man, I wish it didn't have to be Flip that died, Die! But nah, seriously. I mean, we don't think about it, but, we don't know when the fuck we're gonna die. Like, that's what his death taught me, because I remember the day he died, it was like, well, I guess he was already dead, but it was like on a promo Tuesday in February, like February 1st. So that's always going to hit hard every year. The anniversaries, I'm just giving y'all a heads up. The anniversaries hit hard, when it's like the grief, and I'm digging the grief journal my friend Amy got me. Like, that was so nice of her to be so thoughtful to think of me in the grief, because she knows how tough, Flip's death is. And, you know, in other grief I've experienced, you know, I've lost certain classmates from college because I'm at the weird age where, you know, they be dying, like, you know, and like, you know, someone recently, I was at a support group and they were saying, like, oh, well, a lot of my friends that died was because of poor choices, which to a certain extent I agree with, but to a certain extent, sometimes it's not people's fault. Sometimes they're just, you know, their time is up. Like, their time is spent. And hey, I mean, if my time is up, I'd be like, okay, my time is up. Like, now, a couple years ago, like prior to Flip's death, I probably would have thought, like, so fearful of death. But honestly, if I die, I die. Like, you know, it's like the end. It's like, you know, this is not fairy tales. Okay, let me stop. But no, it's really not fairy tales. Like, we're not meant to live forever. And when we die, we die. I mean, at least we can feel content with knowing that we did everything we could in this life. Like, you know, and it's why we should live it every day as if it were our last. Like, I used to think that was so corny when people said that, but it's so true. I mean, we really don't know when the fuck we're gonna die. Like, we could all die tomorrow. Like, literally. Like, but it be like that. But nah, in all seriousness, it's true because, like, literally, like, waking up every day is a blessing. To be grateful for that. Like, you know, more people need to be grateful. You know, hey girl. But now seriously, I mean, losing a significant others is no joke. You know, I mean, it's hard. You know, but I'll find the right person. But Flip would want me to find the next person. You know, and it may take time. You know, time. But no, getting back to what I said, because nah, I'm telling you right now, like, you know, like weeks before Flip died, or even like a month, like literally, like he would always be offline, and I remember he wasn't liking my posts as much, and it was like really freaking me out. Like it's almost like I should have saw it coming because literally, but it was so weird because like there would be times where his communication would be so off. Like I don't know, like are all black dudes like that when they die or before they die? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm so freaked out right now. Um, because nah, but even, you know, regardless of what someone looks like literally, like so many people now, their active status is not on active, and it's kind of freaking me out because it's like, are they all gonna die? Am I gonna like be alone without anybody to be with? Like, okay, let me stop. But but now in all seriousness, because it freaks me out, like even if it says active yesterday, because I remember there was one time, like I'm being straight up for real here. There was one time where that's what Flip's status said, like right before he died. I'm being straight up, like, and it freaked me out because, like, you know, it also freaks me out when people don't religiously see my sounds so insecure, but like when people don't religiously see my stories, because that's what happened with Flip. Like, you know, like there was a time where, you know, it was like I think right before he died, like he was seeing my stories a lot, and then, you know, he kind of pulled away, and you know, I noticed that he hadn't. Well, I noticed it must have been the day, like around the time he died, because he didn't like see my stories. And I remember just thinking, okay, something's off here because normally he sees them. And this is sad, like sounds so insecure, but I'm being for real here because like literally, you know, because then I just thought, oh well, maybe he's busy. So that's why it's such a relief, like, you know, all the friends of mine that religiously see my stories, it's such a relief they're not dead. Oh my god, thank god they're still alive on this earth. Like I fucking swear, like I would don't know what I would do without them here. Like, shout out to Amy, shout out to Michael. I'm so grateful for all of you. Like literally, thank you for being alive and for not dying. Okay, nah, seriously. Because nah, I need y'all here. Like, in order for me to continue participating in this earth, like I need y'all here. Okay, don't die. I know it's hard, but don't leave this earth. Not until I die first. Okay, let me stop. But I'm being for real here because like nah, like, you know, my friends are a big part of my life, and sometimes they be tripping. You know, nah, they really be tripping. I'm gonna tell you right now. But it be hype because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all tripping in this life. It's a tripping life, you know. Um, And people will be tripping with their communication, I swear, like their energy is so off. And like including when it says the active yesterday shit and like when they're because I remember like before Flip died, there'd be times literally where I don't know, it was like, he would be watching my live video, but he wasn't online. Like it was the freakiest shit ever. Like, like he would all of a sudden be watching my video. And I noticed like some other people do that. Like it's like there's some way that for them to turn off their active status, which I get it because when people see you're online, they know what you're up to. They're like, "Oh, why aren't you responding?" Like I see you, kind of bullshit. Because like I used to get so irked when people would be online and they'd be posting and they wouldn't be responding. But I can kind of see why, because once I'm off the clock from people, I kind of don't want to fucking talk to them. Like, if I reach out to you and it's after 5 or it's after 4 or 5 p.m., you're pretty damn important to me. Like, if I take the time to like tell you and be vulnerable with you, like, I don't just do that. Like, you really think I do that to the South African Black life or Lyft drivers who be tripping? I swear, a lot of the South African Lyft drivers, they always be on their phone. I mean, I thought that was just like a thing with Hispanics, but like, sorry, I'm not trying to sound racist, but nah, I mean, literally, they do that, and you can't even understand a damn word they be saying because they be having these thick South African accents, and they be tripping with it because like you be hearing about their whole personal life. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to like, sorry, this is a long ass introduction, but nah, for real, like when it comes to like Lyft drivers, it's hit or miss. Like you either get like someone who's a mime who don't even say one damn word to you, or you get someone who tells you their whole life story. And like I know this one customer that always comes in, and well, let me not get into it, but let's just say she's the type of person that will tell us her whole life story. And we're thinking, okay, lady, you've got way too much time on your hands. Like, and she's impatient AF. But anyway, that's besides the point. But, getting back to the whole active yesterday thing, I mean, even that is like freaky because it's like they're active yesterday, but what if they died and you have no idea? Like, in that sense, I do kind of believe in superstitions because if someone was active yesterday, you really don't know if they died or if they decided to, I mean, really, like, you don't know because, like, if they were active yesterday, I mean, that shit is freaky as fuck, especially with, the history of Flip stuff. Like, because I swear, like, right before he died, it would say active yesterday, and I'm like, I gotta turn it over to higher power because the friends of mine that are offline or active yesterday, most likely they're probably not gonna die. At least I hope not. But no, seriously, it really freaks me out because like, nah, because I really get worked up about that. Like, because I mean, you don't know. I mean, like for right now, I mean, for the past year, Flip has been offline ever since he died. But it's like, how do you know the difference between someone who's offline and they're actually not dead and someone who could have well, died? And sometimes you don't know because what if they die? Okay, I need to stop like getting worked up over this, but it's true. I mean, it really freaks you out because now, literally, I remember it freaked me out because like, right, literally, and this is like it was deja vu, and it was like, it really, I think it was just too freaky, and it was literally, no, it was literally the day before Flip died. I'm being for real here. And like I had this now his name was the Lyft driver's name was Felipe, but he was Hispanic. So I guess it can be a Hispanic name too, but even though Flip was black. But he was also Native American apparently, based off what he told me. So one time we were vid chatting. So, I remember I told him and all he, responded with was a thumbs up, and I was thinking something's off because because I noticed like right before he died, like we wouldn't be having really many of the same kind of conversations. Like it just wasn't like what it was before. Like he was clearly just like not himself. And I mean, he went through a lot of trauma. Like he lost his mom due to lung cancer, and he had a brother that died in a coma, kind of thing. So he had valid reasons for pulling away, but um, I mean, he still, him and I still would talk on the phone sometimes, but it just wasn't what it was before. Because in the beginning we would, talk for hours on the phone late at night, and it was so nice to have that kind of connection with somebody. And it's like now, I don't know when I'll have that kind of connection with somebody. I mean, because I don't really think anybody's gonna replace what. I mean, it gets easier with time, but I still can't believe he'd be dead. I mean, losing a black dude is a really deep grief. I mean, especially for me, because I like my black dudes, and I don't know, I wasn't prepared to lose a black dude that soon. Um, because it'd be mad real. And let me tell you right now, like, friends of friends that have lost a black dude, they want to know everything. Like, they want to know all the details, all the nitty gritty, about why the black dude died. Like, like they don't fool around. Like, because I remember, like, I literally was on the phone with so many people that he was friends with, and they were like, because there was like this rumor that he got shot and some shit like that. Like, it was crazy, um and I knew it was going to hit hard with the sinus infections after he died, because it just wasn't the same. I mean, yeah, like other black dudes could like check in with me. um But but then there comes a point where they be going through their own trauma, and it's kind of overlooked because, well, let me not get into that. But anyway, that's enough of a long introduction because people are probably bored and they're probably like, okay, we get it. But it's a kind of I'm kind of feeling a ballads night. I mean, honestly, it would be really nice if Flip didn't have to be dead. Like, why him? Like, you know, I mean, I'm happy for the black dudes that are still alive. Um, Even though some of them be tripping. But I love him. I love him. I really do. Like, you know, Metro black dudes, Mitchell black dudes, Nordstrom black dudes. Nah, but man, I tell you, there's like, a whole variety of Nordstrom black dudes. Like, okay, it's probably not appropriate for me to say, but anyway, but I tell you, man, like the disagreements, man, like it be tripping. Like, I've had so many disagreements with people over the pettiest shit, like over like not being checked in on enough, and like the hypocrisy bullshit, and like if things aren't done a certain way and all that bullshit, like but nah, in all seriousness, like it be mad real. All right, you know what? I don't know. Should I put the hood on for a ballad? I don't know. Seems kind of weird, but you know what? Why the fuck not? I could die tomorrow and join Flippin' Heaven, which I wouldn't mind, because even though, like, when we go to heaven, do we actually see the person? I mean, we kind of just are present with them, but like, it's like our souls disintegrated into a coffin or like cremated. I don't know. I think I'd rather be cremated than be in a coffin, because I've always been claustrophobic. But then again, people are in a coffin, they're not alive. Like, they're clearly already dead. But just the thought of being put in there, it's just like, what's the point? Because you're going to disintegrate anyway, so you're just wasting time. You're wasting time, like putting someone in a box when they're gonna disintegrate anyway. It's like you might as well just cremate them and save yourself the time and money. Like, nah, but it's not funny. But time, at the same time, it is. But it's like at the same time, I don't know. Like, I think I like the idea of being cremated in an ocean. But I don't know how my siblings would feel about that because I'm probably gonna die before them. I mean, honestly, or at least some of them, the majority of them, probably gonna die like well before them. I mean, let's be real. But but nah. I mean, I'm content with that because I'm the oldest, and once, well, I'm not off the clock from being the oldest till I die. What am I saying? But not like, but yeah, I've never really understood the coffin thing, you know, because it's like, what's the point in people looking at you if you're already dead? Like, it's like you might as well just, but I wonder how people cremate. Like, do they like burn it? Like, okay. No, but really, I should Google how to cremate because it's good to be prepared. Like, okay. But anyway, I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys, and I hope y'all enjoy. All right. You are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say that I want it that way, but we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Am I your fire, your warm desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Now that I can see that we're falling apart from the way that it used to be, yeah. No matter the distance, I want you to know deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire. You are. Don't wanna hear you say, ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. I want it that way.
Claritin D knocks out your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion, without knocking